So this is with the, I'm assuming, the Pragmata stuff, which has been like one of the most weird and deranged crash outs that I've seen in a long time. An emo girl? Yep, I know.
Your eggs are drying up.
Uh-oh.
If you're a woman online, you have probably heard that many times.
Yep.
Perhaps this image haunts you at night. It is a true fact that women's fertility begins to decline at age 30, and they suddenly wake up and get what we call baby fever. But what about the men?
Yes.
Do their sperms rot? Do their balls shrivel up into little raisins and die?
They do. Men experience reduced fertility as they get older as well.
Do they wake up one day and get baby fever?
Yes.
Do men have a biological clock in the same way women do? I've briefly joked about this in videos before. In fact,
yeah, it's just not as much.
A clip of mine from a video I did a few months ago actually went viral recently thanks to the VTuber Smuggalana.
Yes, the male biological clock. It's not physical, but spiritual.
Men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making pancakes with your wife in the morning. And you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And the comments were full of men discussing their dreams to start a family.
Yeah, of course.
There is not much discussion about men's desire to have children. Like many things, it's not really something
Yeah, it's secondary. That's the reason why. Yeah, it's totally secondary. You're right.
they talk about publicly. That was until a certain video game came out.
Just, what are you?
I am DI-03367, a state-of-the-art pragmata created here at the Cradle. I possess basic life-saving...
How about we call you...
Shut up.
Diana.
Diana?
Pragmata is a sci-fi action game where you play as astronaut Hugh Williams, who is sent to investigate an abandoned moon base. He meets a childlike android named Diana, and they team up to survive and escape the space station. Along the way, they uncover what went wrong and defeat the bad guys, all while forming a strong emotional bond.
It's about accurate. Yep, true.
I'm counting on you, kiddo.
Oh, God.
But it seems to have awakened something deep within gamers, especially male gamers. The urge to get married and have kids. I'm not planning on getting married and having kids, but damn, this game is like fatherhood calling to me. Is this how women feel about their biological clocks? This game makes me want a daughter. What is this feeling inside me? It can't be. It's like, I want to protect. It's like, I want to be a dad. They won me over. The white baby makes me feel paternal. I will burn anyone and anything that tries to harm her. This game is dragging out the innate dad instinct. I want to like Pragmata, but I can't, knowing that men are also enjoying it. This is a
Of course.
game for incels.
Total mental illness.
Babe, wake up! It's time for your yearly gamer culture war slap.
That's right.
2014 forever, man.
I don't know about daily. I mean...
Never
probably
going to
more
escape
than that.
Mr. Gamergate's wild ride. In this video, we are going to discuss the facts and theories behind the so-called male biological clock, after we discuss the drama surrounding the game Pragmata, and how a bunch of men expressing a simple, wholesome desire, the desire to start a family, has turned into yet another culture war. Yet another gender war. The gender war. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, dealing with dating apps, hookup culture. Do men like curvy or thin women? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean shaven?
It depends.
That reminds me. Before we get deeper into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor.
How can they be so miserable? Well, it's actually really easy. I think it's just a bunch of fat women on the internet, don't have any guys talking to them, and probably got groomed whenever they were teenagers, and now they hate all men. That's what happened.
And shaving.
It's the way it is.
For the last few decades, razors haven't been designed to work better. They've been designed to be marketed better. More features, more gimmicks, more blades. Just add one more blade, bro. One more blade, I promise, bro. One more blade. While skin irritation is just treated like something you just have to deal with. And a major cause for irritation is blade flex, because most razors use springs to let the blades move as you shave. That helps them adapt to like different angles, but also causes extra tugging and razor burn. Most people just learn to cope with like aftershave.
So I actually did a photo of this. This is June 9th, 2017. That's right. Oh, yeah. Just an average day. The teeth, what the fuck? Yep. Oh, my God. Ow, yeah, that's right.
In cold water, fixing the symptoms instead of the cause. The question nobody asks is, should the blade even move? And here's where Henson Shaving comes in. By fully supporting a two-sided blade all across its length, they hold the blade in place, preventing any bouncing or skipping, resulting in an irritation-free shave. No springs, no movement, no need to compensate with pressure. And there's something really satisfying about that. Not just getting a better shave, but finally fixing something that's been quietly annoying you for years. Like when you spend months wondering why you don't feel rested even after you get 8 hours sleep, and then you realize, oh, I need a new mattress. You don't need more aftershave. You need a new razor. And since I switched to Henson, I noticed that my shaves have been smoother than ever. No tugging, no cuts. The best part is, once you invest in a Henson razor, it is a lifetime purchase. The only thing you need to replace are the blades, which cost just 10 cents each. So once you own the razor, you'll only be spending like $3 to $5 per year. Henson offers a variety of different colors. I have the rose gold. I think it's so cute. So if you're tired of razor burn, a skin irritation, and overpaying for replacement blades, Henson Shaving is definitely worth checking out. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and 100 blades to your cart. Then enter code SHOE at checkout to get the blades for free.
Oh, I bet that's why Hassan thought she was emo.
With your purchase. Big thanks to Henson for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right? Now, let's get back to the video. Throughout history, there have been countless stories centered around a very specific dynamic. The adult protector and a child. You see it everywhere. In video games, they call it a dad simulator. The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, God of War, Detroit Become Human, BioShock, Life is Strange. Also movies like Logan, True Grit, in a way, Monsters Inc. Shows like The Mandalorian. Literature has done it forever with The Road, Les Miserables, and many, many others. It shows up time and time again because it taps into something deeply human.
Yeah, it's the reason why it's popular is because a lot of people have kids. Like, I think this one, I mean, like, if you don't understand why this is happening, I feel like there's something wrong with you. Like, you should be able to know this.
Instinct to protect, to guide, to teach, to nurture something more vulnerable than yourself. It is a beautiful and powerful story that has been told for centuries. And you're like really weird and an incel for enjoying it, actually. Incel game. If you buy this game, I'm gonna assume you are a pedophile. I feel like it's a breach of ethics at this point to design child characters for an audience of majority male gamers. Like, let's stop with the defenseless girl the big strong man has to protect. This reeks of sexism and control. I hate these father simulator games. They always give me the creeps. This is low Kirken.
You know they're so fat. They're so fat. Saying this,
genuinely fascist propaganda and gives me pedo vibes. Wouldn't it be cool if I sneezed right now?
Yeah.
Fascist propaganda. If this is fascist propaganda, slap me and call me Adolf. Zoomer women really look at a wholesome game involving a child and wait, what the f is low Kirkenuinly? After hearing about toxic...
It's something that people that are Gen Z even think are retarded. Like, this is something that you say if you're, like, 16 right now. 15, probably more like that.
Masculinity for the past, like, 15 years now. Finally, a topic comes up where it's overwhelmingly positive masculinity. And what is the response? I think the funniest thing about the pragmatic controversy...
That's because they were never against toxic masculinity. They just hated men. It was a bunch of fat, unfuckable, past-the-wall women that went out of their way to demonize, hate, and figure out every single way possible to minimize the influence and the power of men because they hate men. They hate their dad, they hate their boyfriend, they hate their husband, they hate their ex-husband, or something like that. And if you look at these profile photos, you're going to see the overwhelming majority of them are exactly what I'm saying. And many of these girls got groomed on the internet whenever they were teenagers because their parents never had any oversight over them. And then the process and the result of that is that they hate men, which, I mean, to be honest, is kind of understandable. But at the same time, they want the entire internet and our entire society to have to collectively live out their unresolved trauma. That's the that's what's happening. That's the problem. That's what's going wrong. Aren't they always saying go to therapy? Well, yeah, but they don't need to go to therapy because they go to Twitter. That is their therapy. And also this is another very big component to it is that if this was, in my opinion, I think that if this was a story between a black person and a black daughter, I think this would be seen totally differently. I think there's absolutely a racial component to it. And the moment that they see some, blue eyes, blonde, long hair, white girl, I think absolutely that's it's going to set them off even more. Because the only thing that they hate more than white people is they hate white men. Or you could say the only thing they hate more than men is white men. And they also hate white women in a lot of these cases. Like that one girl that was like making all these negative posts about like Sydney Sweeney and like these other white women. And then like she's making these other fantasies about having sex with white men. Like these people are just fucked in the head, completely fucked in the head. And this is what's really going on. It is. And I'm saying this in an extremely blunt and probably very hostile way. And it's because I am hostile to them. I think they're awful. They're awful people. And there is a broad, this is enough of a rant for now. I'll get to the rest of it.
See, is that those incels genuinely think they could ever get near enough to a woman to impregnate one. It's not nuanced. Pragmata is catered to male gooner gamers. Why are people thinking this is sexual? Because men are notorious for being peds and disgusting humans. They sexualize everything. You are not very smart.
Men sexualize everything, so I'm going to sexualize this. Right.
Of loser males who often turn
I think the only solution is to just simply not have women in media. Because if the problem is unwanted sexualization, then logically, the only way that a woman could be ethically inside of any piece of media is if she's being objectified as a sex symbol. So unless a woman is in a bikini and even then, I guess, maybe unless she's naked, then I feel like you shouldn't even be able to have her on TV because she could be sexualized. I mean, I feel like this is the conclusion of that logic. You're on to something? Yeah.
Gaming are pedos. It is an unconscious strategy to avoid competing with chat, as well as complementing their own pure attorneyness.
What?
Stalled development. What? Y'all are full of shit talking about dad instincts and whatever. We know why
I love how the flag isn't blurred out. You want to crack the... Oh my... Jesus. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You want to play the game? You want to crack the little blonde bimbo slut.
Oh my God.
What? This character design creeps me out.
this?
Why does she look like a doll? Why is this blonde child with a blowout running around barefoot? I've not yet played the game. Is this expanded on in the plot?
I think feet are disgusting. I wish characters weren't barefoot. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's gross. It's my opinion.
Or is this just eye candy for creeps? I feel like I'm going insane. She just looks like a cute kid to me. That is just literally a cute little kid. I do not see the sexualization, and I am a huge pervert, mind you. I do not see what the f these people are talking about. Are there creepy people on the internet who are sexualizing Diana? Yes.
I think that what happened is that a lot of the people that are saying this are girls that got groomed on the internet whenever they were really young. And because of that, they basically put that on any sort of interaction between an adult male and a young female because they can only see the world through their own experiences. They're unable to conceptualize anything outside of their own feelings because they experienced it. And I think that's really what's happening. I bet if you made a Venn diagram between the girls that are complaining about this game and girls that got groomed online, you'd have a circle. That's what I think.
Absolutely, yes. It is a small minority, but it is still disgusting. In fact, a subreddit had to be shut down because people were making not safe for work art of this child, which honestly is not
That's
shocking.
weird.
It's Reddit. That's not the game's fault. The game has nothing creepy in it. These creepy people will always exist, unfortunately. I have made several videos about these people existing. People getting mad here are not getting mad at the people sexualizing Diana. That would be completely understandable. It would make sense if they were going to the accounts that were doing that and calling them creeps, but no. They're for some reason just getting mad at people liking and enjoying the game. They
also want to demonize and make evil the normal interaction. Like, basically, a lot of these people have a destructive mindset towards any form of heteronormity. So anything that isn't in some way or another LGBT, it's not minority coded, it's non-white in one way or another, anything that doesn't fall into those categories, they will constantly demonize, invent slander for, and then create negativity around it. And there is a fundamental, and you see this with like the things that are allowed to be sexualized now. We've removed the normalization of sexualizing, I guess like attractive young women with like big boobs or a fat ass or something like that, right? And you've replaced this with like feet, MILFs, and other forms of like weird sexual fetishes that have been normalized and now more socially acceptable than normal heteronormative behaviors. And I think this has been done intentionally. And once you see this, it's very hard to not see this. Look at the types of things that are being sexualized in media now. It's almost overwhelmingly perverted fetish shit. It is. It's weird, perverted fetish shit. And that's the real goal. It's destroying heteronormity, and especially whenever it has to do with white people. If you look at these people's profiles, you're going to see that I'm right. I know, and this is the kind of thing that, like, I sound like a schizo saying this, and that's why I want you to look into it yourself and realize the truth of it.
Spurging out and randomly calling everyone and anyone incels.
Why did they make her look like a porn star, though?
Why is the child?
FBI. I've got a situation for you. A porn star.
Sexy. Are you okay? These Twitter freaks
No, they're not.
see a child, immediately sexualize them, and think everyone else is as creepy as they are. Like, no, bitch, that's you. And Reddit. You and Reddit. There is
exactly
nothing
right.
in this video game that caters to the freaks except for the fact that Diana is a child. Compare that to, like, Cuties, where there were up closes of real children twerking. That's
not good. That's bad. Real bad. Super bad.
Yeah, that is catering to those people. An article recently came out from the outlet The Gamer that in the beginning talks about what happened on the Reddit and how disgusting some people are being towards the character Diana. Okay, fair enough. I agree.
Wow, it's bad to sexualize an underage character. How brave. Oh my god. That's crazy. Yeah, duh. It's fucking weird.
But then towards the end, the author throws in something very telling.
I have not yet played Pragmata, and that's
wow, what a surprise.
because I'm a little tapped out on stories where men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them.
That is their real problem. Men.
Yes.
Men protecting people. That's
Yes.
just them proving their
Because
masculinity.
they hate women. Or, sorry, they hate men. They're just women that hate men. It's literally that simple. The entire argument against toxic masculinity was just against masculinity. Just hate men. It's actually that simple.
And as we all know,
And pretty women.
masculinity bad.
Blatantly not fuel, whether you agree with it or not. The average attraction trope on a little girl, blonde, blue eyes. I mean, the
What? So if something's blonde and blue eyes, that means it's, oh my god.
whole game is low-key Nazi propaganda, to be fair.
This is what I was saying before. This is exactly what these people do. They try to demonize, delegitimize, slander, and create these, like, this is the reason why video games are so bad. This is the reason why they keep adding in video games that are some contrived gender fantasy for the developers instead of actually a good story. It's because they listen to these freaks that should be in a mental institution, but somehow they're actually out let loose in the public. That's it.
I think the men who play this are probably creepy, but how is it Nazi propaganda?
'Cause they're all
Blonde,
white.
blue-eyed toddler and tiaras looking white girl, you have to say
Exactly. Yeah, it's white people. Like, basically any amount of white representation they view as negative, especially if there is not equal or greater minority or non-white representation. That's it.
Eve is literally Nazi propaganda straight out of the 1930s, dude.
Yeah, which is also made by Japan.
Sorry, I don't see it. Ugh, I really don't have the energy to deal with this. Just use your brain.
Sorry, I don't have the energy to explain my schizophrenic paranoid delusion. Good. I don't have the energy to listen to it.
Yep.
Listen, I know we're all used to seeing gay, black, Hispanic, disabled furries in media lately.
Non-binary.
But I
Exactly.
promise you, white people still exist. It's not Nazi propaganda.
Well, they want to actively erase white representation. They want to actively erase white male masculine representation and replace it with the opposite. That's what their explicit goal is. It's actually that simple. For what purpose? Because they're that other group. They're non-white, they're not men, or they have some other sort of, goal for it. That's the reason why. It's that simple. Like, I don't know why. It's so obvious to me that this is what's happening. Duh. They are white, though? Well, they're doing it for approval in that case.
I feel like this girl character is an objectification of the idealized child. She's pulled right
What?
from the patriarchal white supremacist imagination. The perfect, pure white girl child that must be protected so she can produce the next white generation.
It's a robot, by the way. Yep. Unsolicited opinion from online prostitutes. I think you're going to need a bigger garbage can for that.
Anyway,
Funny how y'all have
Yep.
paternal instincts for a child with a model woman's face plastered on it. Make her look like an actual kid with missing teeth, short hair, bare face, snot, and see if those instincts kick in the same. This game is
I love how, like, so you made an AI re-imaging of this character. Do you really think that people wouldn't like the game if she looked like that? Like, I don't even understand. Like, do you really think that?
to pedos. The gaslighting is over.
wait, I'm trying to follow the logic
It's
here.
so stupid.
Let me just give myself some brain damage.
Uh-huh.
So we make her look more like a child in order to not... Am I following that correctly?
Yes.
Also, the face on the left is like a child 6 to 7 years old. And the one on the right is like a 3-year-old. Diana's
Yes.
a robot kid. She's not a robot toddler. Also, again, she looks like a kid. Am I going insane? Like, that
Yeah.
looks just like a little kid. Do they just want her to look ugly? Is that what this is? They want her to be...
Yeah, they want to remove representation from attractive women because it makes them insecure. That's why you have all these fat girls that end up being chosen as the prettiest among all of their friends. It's like you have a bunch of women that get together and they decide that the fattest, most chopped girl among them is the most beautiful. And the reason why is because they can do that because they don't feel any threatened. They're not threatened by that person at all. That's the reason why. Chopped? I mean, that's how it is. They always do that. They do.
ugly? Like, I need more brain damage. Hold on.
Weeb incel gamers LARPing saying, ooh, I want to be a dad now, because they're manipulative,
Yes.
creepy freaks and like the ooh little girl with the model face, especially the lolicons, obviously. The devs know the male
Whoa.
gamers hate a realistic or ugly child, because that's not what they're playing for. If they made her look
Nobody wants to look like any. Nobody wants to look at anything ugly ever. Duh. Obviously. Like, I don't even understand. Yeah, this is... Duh.
Like a realistic, ugly child, none of them would be saying this. First of all,
Holy
why
shit.
are they acting like it's realistic to portray
No ways people
children
are
as
real? I know.
ugly and disgusting? Children are not ugly and disgusting. Like, they're cute and adorable. That's what they're known for. Like, yes, she's made to look cute.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how you know this game was not made by Western video game developers. That's how you know there was no Liliths on the dev team here. You guys would lose your shit while playing BioShock. Actually, BioShock is a really good example of this design working right. The little sisters are all gross and have gray-green skin. No, you don't understand. Everything around me must be ugly as or I will furiously start masturbating. This all
Well, it makes them insecure. That's the reason why.
sounds like 2014 discourse because it is 2014 discourse. Please don't let there be Gamergate 2.0. Who's going to be the shoe on head 2.0 to emerge from the Gamergate 2.0? If she's listening now, just, this might sound very vague, but don't. That thing?
Just don't.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hugh, thanks for talking to me all the time. Ta-da!
Is this
Oh,
supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
I remember whenever this happened, and I thought she was going to give me, like, a health increase, because I felt like my health was really low in the game. And then she shows up with this photo, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I drew it.
Are you fucking kidding
For
me?
you.
Look at that.
The little
You wrote your
retard,
name,
yeah.
too. Not half bad, kiddo.
This robot
You
girl
have a
makes me
problem? I do.
uncomfortable, and the fact that I haven't seen female gamers
Mm-hmm.
fawn over her is interesting. I've seen more clips of her and that man, and that is not how kids behave.
Oh.
Something weird is going on here. The something weird going on here is
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you, ma'am. You are
Yeah.
the something weird. Men like the father simulator game where you have to protect a small child and
Yes.
shoot up a bunch of robots in space.
No way!
Suspicious! Also, I have seen plenty of female gamers fawn over this character.
Yeah, they like it.
Whoa, me. Yeah. Okay. Everything's all about you.
Uh-huh.
Who would win? Decades of anti-natalist propaganda? One little bean. There were
Yep.
even women cosplaying as her. And when women even expressed how cute they thought Diana was, they're also met with this. Oh my god, Diana is so precious and adorable. I'm gonna love this game. Thanks for telling everyone why you want to play the game, before you make up some other excuse to hide your pedophilia.
They're so weird, bro. They're so weird. And by the way, keep in mind, these are the same freaks that are trying to infect every single organization that you love and care about and trying to change the definition of what's normal. And the success of a game like Pragmata is what is in the way of that, because it reminds them that they are actually just dysgenic, weird, unlikable, nobody cares about them losers that nobody wants to be around. So they have to live inside of a fantasy that they've created. And whenever a video game breaks containment from that, well, then now, we have to destroy it. We have to figure out some angle that we can attack this from to make us look like we're the good people. Don't forget they're fat. They're all fat.
What? Water guns are the best. I like it just as much as crayons. I like how the sand feels on my toes. I press down and sink in. Children don't act like this. This is how someone who fetishizes fatherhood wants children to behave. To normal people, it's actually deeply off-putting. The best part was all the actual parents, like, replying to these people like, yeah, no, that is literally how my 5-year-old acts. It's
Well,
like,
they probably act like that sometimes, and they act retarded other times. That's probably what happens, right? Like, I bet having a kid, it's like it's probably great sometimes, and it's annoying other times. It's the same as anything. There's probably ups and downs. Duh. Like, I've never had a kid before, right? But like, I wonder if this thing is the same as every other thing that's ever been a thing. Oh, geez, guys. Big question here.
yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. Fetishizing you mean the human desire to procreate and start a family? Oh, you want to meet a woman and settle down and have a family?
What's
Maybe
wrong
have a
with you,
house,
you freak?
2 dogs. You sick f***.
That's
We've
right.
reached radioactive levels of incel propaganda. What the
See, guys like that, the reason why they do this is that you have to keep in mind that a lot of the guys agreeing with these girls, this is what's called a mating strategy. They're telling these stupid girls what they want to hear so they can hopefully get in their DMs. It's the same reason why guys gift subs to female streamers at a way higher ratio. And it's the reason why girls lose viewers whenever they say they have a girlfriend. That's just the way it is. But like you have to see that for what it is.
Does incel mean anymore? I feel like I ask this in every single video. This tweet got thousands of likes. I feel like I am going insane. Where does the incel part come from?
Like, they want men to be open about their emotions, and
No,
then
they
men
don't.
are open about their emotions, and then they're just called Nazis or incels or both. Usually both. It's usually a package deal.
And this tweet came from a man to make things worse. A
Wow.
grown-ass man saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day, and called him an incel. Cockroach behavior.
Yep.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You place Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station, whose job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere.
How does one person become so mad? How is it possible that, like, you can become this mad? Isn't that crazy? What is this? He's so miserable. Isn't it? It's insane.
Always talk about, like, starting families and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I don't understand, like, why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that...
Meanwhile, he plays video games. There's plenty... Like, he played this video game, by the way. He even played this specific game. So all of this would apply to him off of his reasoning.
You actually enjoy, right? If you're a f***ing lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or, like, riding for having children? Like, it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
That's why they're sad. That's why they want to play a game. That's the whole point.
This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all,
they will never... The thing is that leftist creators will never talk about this from any other angle than the way that Hassan talks about it, because the underpinning and the core audience of theirs are women with personality disorders. That's it. That is the overwhelming largest audience for leftist content, is a bunch of BPD women that are going out on the internet and they want everybody else to relive their trauma. So you're never going to hear them talk about this from any other angle that is not the most negative, patronizing, detrimental, or hostile to men angle as possible. They're miserable as fuck. Exactly, it is. BPD, borderline personality disorder. There's some of them that are the other BPD, bipolar disorder. I got convinced that my girlfriend meant one of those, but not the other, whenever she was telling me about it. But she actually ended up being both. It's my ex-girlfriend.
only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded, and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this?
Everybody should care about Israel and Palestine, but nobody should care about having a family. Oh, right.
Realistic horseshit. Yeah, never aspire for anything. Never aim for greatness and meeting. This is the dude the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying. Also, 35?
It's weird.
No kids?
It's crazy. He's only 34. Isn't he only 34?
Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like, literally, no joke, the entire
42?
meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hassan Piker, anti-natalist. If I saw a child that looked like that, I'd probably attack it.
Another time where she didn't censor the flag. I see you. You think it's not obvious, but it is. It is.
I felt like hitting her. The right-wing nutjobs seeing this and feeling paternal instincts are just predators. The only instinct I feel as a man right now is self-defense. I want to kill it. Yes!
Oh, that's normal. You want to be a dad? I want to kill children. You fucking weirdo. I want to kill kids. Why can't everybody be normal like me?
The ones saying they want to protect a kid are the predators, not the ones saying they want to kill it. The only thing I felt while watching this is pure bloodlust for that annoying creature. I hate children so much. Before you come at me, yes, I'm a 35-year-old crazy cat lady and proud of it. Stay mad.
Nobody's mad at you. They just feel bad for you. They just, yeah, they're just like, wow, that's sad. It's too bad.
First of all, every time you see a little smiley face like that, that's how you know that person is madder than they've ever been in their entire life. Listen, obviously, if you simply don't want kids, that's fine. Like, whatever. Not everyone wants kids. Not everyone wants to be a parent. But the society...
Well, it's the trying to tell other people what they should do is the problem. Like, I think that the people that tell you that you have to have kids, I think they're obnoxious. And the people that tell you that you shouldn't have kids or wanting to have kids is weird, they're also obnoxious. It's the thing I talk about all the time where it's like, you can have whatever opinion you want, right? But like the moment that you try to like put that on everybody else, that's whenever you become an obnoxious piece of shit.
Attitude, the difference between men and women here, how they handle this situation is so like fascinating to me.
I'm probably never having kids. I'm probably going to play video games for the rest of my life. I'm probably going to be as hot for as long as I can. And I'm probably going to keep making money. That's probably what's going to happen for the next 40 years until people are just going to keep being mad at me about it. Menopause is going to hit me like...
It's actually, isn't it crazy that like every week she makes some statement trying to avoid drama that gets her further into drama? It's really funny. It is. Like, I wonder when she's going to just say enough is enough. I'm just going to do what I want and say what I think. And if you get mad about it, too bad. I wonder.
Brick wall, but at least I will be getting the bag until then. You don't want kids? I'll do it whenever I want. I don't think I'm running out of time.
Absolute delusion. I feel like a lot...
God. Oh, God. Jesus, that's brutal. Holy shit.
A lot of men in this situation are like, damn, I wish I had a family. That sucks. Women overcompensate and they pretend to be proud of it, and it just comes off as really kind of sad. And I guess it's like, as a woman for a long time, it's like, oh, you're too young to have kids. Don't have kids. It will ruin your life and your body and your career. Don't have children.
It's gonna ruin your life. Well, what do you want your life to be? Getting passed around by rich guys that don't care about you until they stop calling you back? Oh. Oh, you really missed out.
Children, and then all of a sudden you hit a certain age and it's like, your eggs, ma'am. I get it. It's frustrating. I get it. I hid my pregnancy from the internet. Nobody knew I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, some of you guessed.
Is she pregnant or getting fat? Oh, no.
Because I was fat as f***. But anyway, I hid it from the internet, and while I was like 5 months pregnant, I was getting tweets from like groypers and like, TikTok, your eggs are drying up. But this like, f you haters, I got my cats.
Yeah.
Enough. Stop spreading that attitude. Stop being a crab in a bucket. Like, even if you don't have children, that's fine. You could find other meaning in your life, obviously. But don't encourage that type of mindset.
It's why they encourage it. They encourage that mindset because they're insecure about their own choices. Most people, I think, that choose not to have kids do so under a false premise of control. I think that there was probably a time in their life where they wanted to have kids, and then something didn't go the way they wanted it to, or some other bad action happened, and then that changed them. They felt like they weren't able to do it anymore, and now they have to act like that was the plan all along. It's coping. Yes, it's coping. I think that's, and not with everybody. Not with everybody. There's never everything with everybody. But I think in a lot of cases, is that your true reasoning? Yeah, I think that I think that if you look at a lot of people's value system, most people's values are self-referential. So once you understand how one person's values are able to be applied back to themselves and how they relate to this person's, like, their own perception of themselves, I think that that is what really helps you understand where they're coming from. And I think that explains like 95% of people's thinking. Yeah, it's actually that simple.
The anti-natalist propaganda young men and young women see nowadays is like insane. But the biggest anti-natalist propaganda has to be like $3,000 rent, $2,000 daycare, and student debt, honestly. Like,
well, the thing is that people don't want to have kids because they're sold a consumerist illusion that having kids limits your options to do other things besides that, right? They view having kids as like an impediment on life rather than an enhancement for life. And why is that? Well, it's because these companies can make more money from people that don't have kids than do. It's a restriction. Yeah, it is. It's both. Yeah, exactly.
If we're being honest, it's just sad because, like, through all of history, like, imagine your ancestors, they've been through like war and famine, and you're just gonna end your bloodline because the rent is too high. But it's understandable. They don't feel like they can support a child. They can barely support themselves, especially on one income, like how it used to be. Those days are gone. You know, if I was president and I wanted to make America great again, that would be the thing I focus on the most. But no, we have to do another bullshit war in the Middle East. Okay, whatever, we're not going into that, not in this video.
Lots of strange reactions to this game. Let's clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way childless women have maternal instincts.
Yes.
Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically, those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child—
absolute Foyd slop. Complete Foyd slop. There are many such cases, and this is merely one of them.
For any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he's likely a predator.
Yes.
What? Okay, first of all—
Peak femcel take? Yeah, that's exactly right.
Even from like anecdotal common sense, this is just not true. This is obviously bullshit. Research literally shows that childless men experience like the desire for fatherhood almost just as much as childless women experience the desire for motherhood. Apparently, young men want children more than young women do nowadays. Many men, including childless men—
the reason why is because they've told, it's the FOMO, like, don't you want to be this year's bicycle at Coachella? No, you don't? Oh, well, you're missing out.
Exhibit caregiving, protective responses to infants, even if they're not their own. All through history, men have protected, mentored, even died for kids that weren't their own. Also, with this logic, like, uncles, stepdads, adoptive fathers, like, anyone like that is a predator. Like, men just have the protector gene, and this game just activates it. It's really not deeper than that. Yes, it's—
I mean, I don't know. I played the game. I thought it was a good game. I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't think the game made me want to have kids or something. Like, I was like, well, this is a pretty fun game. I could see, oh, this is cute, right? Like, am I the only person that, like, I just played it, I was like, this game's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, that was about it. Like, the fuck? What the fuck? Like, what do you mean? What the fuck is going on? Like, I played the game. Like, I thought the game was pretty good. You didn't feel the urge to protect her? Well, I mean, yeah, of course you don't want to have the thing get killed. I mean, yeah, sure, but I don't think that's really a big deal. I mean, yeah, it's you're trying to do this thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
True, men don't have maternal instincts, but men do have paternal instincts.
That's it.
There's a reason this game is about protecting her from evil robots in space and not like breastfeeding her. Yes, women and men are different. And I like a huge factor in this very popular trope is that the man gradually develops paternal instincts over the child despite his stoic, emotionally distant, masculine nature. These games
because it's made for men. That kind of a story is made for men.
Gamers are experiencing that through the main character. If Capcom's goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays this game want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like to have a daughter? She's so cute. And for the record, yes, that is what having kids is like.
Well, it's probably like that sometimes.
It's also not so fun stuff and lots of responsibility.
Okay, so I was
but the good parts completely outweigh the bad and make it all worth it. There were hundreds of tweets from people, mostly childless people, mind you, being like, that's not what having a child is like, actually, you stupid gamer. It's actually terrible and awful. Men like this view having a daughter like having a pet dog. Once she grows up and isn't a cute little girl anymore, they'll begin to resent her. Men really
when she grows up, yeah, you definitely got groomed. Like, again, unresolved personal trauma. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Really do want kids the way kids want a puppy. All the fun, but none of the responsibilities. I don't like the way you guys talk about children. Like, they aren't toys. People will lose their minds when they realize that kids aren't like a dog or cat. They're a goddamn nightmare. Watching a child play with a toy and actually raising a child are two completely separate things.
Nobody could have predicted this. I'm sure that nobody thought, like, how does somebody do this?
Kids are adorable when they're calm and playful, but little demons when they're screaming, snotting, and destroying you and keeping you up at night. Men really think having children is easy and fun. It's not so fun when they're pissing and and crying nonstop. Do you have kids? No, and I got my tube side 3 years ago, but thanks for asking.
Ah, there it is.
Wow, Diana's so cute. Maybe I want kids one day. Did you know they poop and pee and cry?
See, remember what I said earlier about how all of these people's value systems are just, they're crafted in a way to reinforce their own behaviors. That's what it's all about.
Why this compulsive need to counter-signal this? Watching a fictional kid play with toys for a few seconds and thinking that's what it's like raising an actual human being is probably a sign you have zero idea what it really looks like being a parent, and you should not base your decision off a video game character. Wait, this community note. OP is an e-girl with an OnlyFans account. You stupid—
No way!
Gamers don't get it. Doom scrolling TikTok and having multiple failed situationships is true happiness. Children are a burden. Nobody is saying parenting is easy. Nobody said that. All the parts parents say are the best parts. All the parts parents say are worth it. That is what people are seeing and yearning for. They have this like insane compulsion to attack anything that's like remotely pro-family, I guess because it culturally clocks as conservative.
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's a successful, healthy relationship between an adult man and a girl who are both white, and it's not weird. Yeah, they're not gonna like that. That's the worst thing possible. That's the worst thing you could ever have. So yeah, they're gonna make up whatever they need to try to make it look bad. Their ego won't let them. Yeah, exactly. Ruins the narrative. Yeah, it destroys their narrative. Exactly. Both white. Yeah, exactly. It's fatherless behavior. Well, of course. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. A piece of media instilling a wish doesn't mean people act on it based on that media alone. These people are completely immature. Well, I mean, maybe that's the way that they look at it, right? They don't want white people breeding. Exactly. I think that's exactly it. But yeah, there's a lot more of this.
So you have to just shun it and mock it, or else you're doing a fascist propaganda or something. This whole thing has just been a litmus test for humanity. On one side, people who long for love and meaning and human connection desire deeper things, and they're in touch with their humanity. And on the other side, miserable, insane freaks who want to destroy everything pure and wholesome. And then on the sidelines, normal people who just think this is a fun game. Yeah,
I thought it was a good game. It was pretty good. I liked it. I mean, there were some things I wish that they did a little bit differently, but like overall, I think it was a really good game. Yeah. You argued with my objectification point, but you agreed with 2 of 2 points regarding OnlyFans girls, online prostitutes actually go against what your argument against me was. Well, yeah, because like the way that somebody sees themselves is different. Like whenever you project the way that you see yourself on other people, then it's a problem. It's pretty simple.
That's probably most people. I think we're a little too online sometimes.
Yeah.
So we have established that the broveries have been activated by this game, but is the male biological clock real? Unlike women who are born with a specific number of eggs, men create sperm all their life. Right now, as we speak, your balls are creating sperm.
I know that.
Men can technically get someone pregnant all their life. And by someone, I mean a woman, not a femboy. You can't get a femboy pregnant.
Oh, don't tell Twitter that.
Stop trying. Sperm quality tends to decline over
After
time.
30.
Lower sperm count and more DNA damage to the sperm occurs. These changes usually start after 35 to 40 years old. So as men age, the risk of passing on genetic mutations increases. Similar to maternal age, higher paternal age has been associated with autism, schizophrenia, so...
Just a really random point here is whenever my parents had me, they were 39 and 43.
Of passing on genetic mutations increases. Similar to maternal age, higher paternal age has been associated with autism, schizophrenia, so basically being a Shoe-on-Head fan, and other rare genetic disorders, as well as the chance of miscarriage rates being higher. So when red pill manosphere people tell you like, oh, you have all the time in the world to have children, bro, focus on yourself, queen, get that bag, like, technically, they're correct. Physically, you do have all the time in the world, but that doesn't mean you should wait. Having kids is more than the ability to reproduce. You want energy to chase a toddler around. You want your kids to have their father in their life for a long time. You want to see your kid graduate and maybe have children of their own. You want to give your parents grandchildren. You don't want to be a super old dad or mom.
There's also a huge component to that too. Like I can speak to personally is that like it was a colossal crazy fucking debuff on me that I had to take care of both of my parents. Like, it's not something that, like, I regret doing. It's what you're supposed to do. But holy fuck, did that fuck up my life. Oh my God. Like, I had multiple relationships I couldn't have that ended up falling apart. I had basically no help in doing so. I was young enough to where I didn't really have the resources to do it, and I didn't really understand it very well. Like, I basically, like, it was really, really bad. Okay, my dad now at 34? Yeah, exactly, right? I'll try to do that at some point. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that, like, if you're basically like this is the way it was for me, right? This is like I don't want to talk about all that but personal stuff, right? But like I think like just to make this more clear is that like basically what happened with me is that, you know, I had to take care of my mom whenever I was like, I think things really kind of got bad and I was like maybe 21 or 22, maybe 23, something like that. I mean, things were declining before then, right? But like that's whenever things got really bad. And then, you know, like I had to like stay at home. I couldn't move out. I couldn't get a job. I you know, could barely go to school, you know, all these other things. And so like that's whenever I wasn't able to have like certain relationships. I broke up with a girlfriend because of this. It's a huge problem. And so prime years, exactly, right? And so like the time that you would be taking to take care and like build your own life and build your own family, you don't have the ability to do that. Because also like another thing is that like a lot of girls want to marry you. They don't want to marry your aging parents as well. And, you know, the truth is, like, I mean, and you can't blame somebody for that either. It's the same as, like, guys don't want to marry girls that have a kid already, right? It's like you don't want to play somebody else's save file, like, which is understandable. And I get that, but, like, man, it was fucking brutal. Holy shit, man. And, like, that was it. They raised a great son. I mean, again, like, you could say that, but, like, you know, from, like, ages 22 to 23 to 35, there was only probably like a window of like 2 or 3 years when I didn't have to constantly worry about one of them. And that was bad. That was really bad.
But if that's how it happens, that's how it happens, and that's great. Life is not a Hallmark movie, but it should not be the ideal for men and women. Like, if you are in a stable relationship, get married and have kids as soon as possible. Honestly, it's the stable relationship part I think people have.
That's the problem.
Having the most trouble with. It's easy to be like, find a wife and get married and have kids, bro. And it's like, find a wife from where? The wife store? Listen, I believe
we need to do one of. We need to make one of those. That's a good. That's a great idea. So somebody just thought of that. Damn.
You will have that one day, Anon. I believe you will have that wife and daughter or son. You will have a little Diana of your own one day.
Yeah,
you will hang those drawings on your fridge. Don't blackpill. Don't doom. We're all gonna make it. Same to you ladies watching. If I can make it, you can make it. So what did you guys think of this? Have you played Pragmata? Did you like it? Did it make you feel those fatherly?
I like how all this was just about like some bullshit. None of it was even about the game. It has nothing to do with the game at all.
Motherly instincts? Is your biological clock ticking? Do you have baby fever? If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, donate to my Patreon, link down below. All Patreons get the raw, uncensored version of the video a day before it comes out, and I'm going to start doing live streams for Patreon members only, so that should be fun. And I will see you guys soon with a new video, a slot video, hopefully.
Yeah, that's great. It's really funny to see that happen. Yeah, it is so funny. Like, the Pragmata, like, the whole discourse around that, it was just so sad and pathetic and deranged, man. It was. We had those before. It's illegal now. Well, I mean, I could see an easy solution.
Why is the child sexy?
God. Okay, let me link you guys a video. It was a really good video. Make sure to give it a like. I mean, again, I've watched Shoe on Head ever since the original Gamergate videos. I remember she was getting posted a lot on 4chan because they thought she was boxing. And it's just really funny. So I've known about her for fucking ever. And so anyway, yeah, I thought it was a great video. And it is also very funny to see how just mad people got about this game. It is. But I think that, again, it is the cultural and the weird perversion and inversion of any form of heteronormative sexuality, representation, or anything that represents anything that could be seen as healthy Western white culture. I think that that's what really is being demonized in media. You have no problem, you know, being safe horny for like a lizard, right? That's fine, but you can't be attracted to a real woman. It's like this weird perversion and version that's happened with society and with, you know, the internet. And I think it's very, very true. No, really, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. And then look at what happens in the future. Like, I really, like, because I don't want people to take my word for this. I want them to understand it. I want them to see it and figure it out. And so, yeah, why do y'all want to be me so bad? I guess, right? They want to demonize normal white dudes to justice. Yeah, exactly, because they hate white people and they hate men. And that's it. Anything normal and traditional is bad. That's how these people are. Exactly. Yep, there you go. Remember Morning Glory Milking Farm? Interesting contrast to this. Well, I think that's a great example, right? Because they view that as socially acceptable because it's so perverse and deranged. That's the reason why. And very few people will say what I'm saying. They will. But I think that once you look at patterns in media, you'll recognize that this is accurate. Women act like they don't have an epiphany from watching some Hallmark romantic movie slop that completely goes against reality. I mean, it was so bad. Didn't China make a law against having, like, romance comedies or, like, romantic movies where, like, a guy, like, falls in love with, like, some billionaire guy falls in love with a, you know, some coffee shop employee or something? Like, yeah. And so China, it's such a big fucking deal. Like, at least they fit. Oh, wait a minute. You know, China, they just say, oh, well, we have a problem. Well, what are we going to do? I don't know. Let's fix the problem. Let's just get rid of the problem. And that's what it was. So, yeah, white people and white men are the leaders of the path of life. I mean, I guess in Western culture, I think generally that's true. But I think it's more about how they see it more than anything else, right? I'll link you guys the video again. No billionaire X poor girl slop. Yeah, exactly. Well, and the reason why, again, it's all about, it's an ego power play is what really matters the most, right? And so it's just that simple. I'm curious to know the gender breakdown in Chinese government. I wonder. So, yeah, we just had another Trump situation. Uh-oh. What happened? China's authoritarian, which makes it easy to fix the problem. Yeah, I know. And there it is, bro. Asians, also the white people, I love it. I think that's the way most normal people are. It's just that there's a lot of weirdos that are on the internet.